and I don't know which one's which. And I know it can't be a phone number. Oh, I got it. I got it. Okay.
Wayne County Jails. Wayne County
All
Jail.
right, give me one moment. Okay. All right, gentlemen at CJC, what's your name?
Arif Al-Azim.
I don't have anybody from CJC on my docket this morning.
I don't either, but I do have the paperwork for Mr. LZ.
Is he scheduled for this afternoon?
No, Your Honor, we don't schedule for the afternoon.
Well, he's not on my docket for this morning. All right. Gentlemen at DDC, what's your name?
Robert Thomas.
All right, and Kiana Hickey, unmute, turn on your camera, please. All
Morning, Judge.
right. Morning, Officer McCree. Has Ms. Hickey spoken to an attorney yet?
Yeah, earlier. She said earlier.
Okay. All right, I'm going to get to you in one moment. Gentlemen at DDC, what's your name again?
Robert Thomas, sir.
What's your name?
Robert Thomas.
Robert Thomas, okay. All right, this is case number 250-579-8201. Piece of Michigan versus Robert Thomas. Appearances, please.
Lisa Coyle appearing on behalf of the people.
Christina Harris on behalf of Robert Thomas, who stands mute, waives a formal reading of the complaint, and Mr. Thomas has been advised of and understands his statutory and constitutional rights.
All right, the court will deny guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Thomas. Bond recommendation, Mrs. Coyle?
People are recommending a 5,000, 10%, an alcohol driving tether, and absolutely no driving. He just got off probation for operating while impaired out of the 42nd District Court. This allegation includes him crashing into the rear of a car at a red light. There was an 8-year-old passenger in the front seat, and the breathalyzer showed a 0.23 and a 0.24.
Okay. Ms. Harris, response?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Thomas is employed on a full-time basis as a dishwasher. He states that he's missed a few days off work already and he cannot lose his job. He is a life resident of this area. He has a child that he has responsibility for and takes care of. And he's asking that that he has no objection to the alcohol tether, but he's asking to be able to continue to drive. He does have a valid driver's license because he needs to go to and from.
No driving, regardless of the status of his driver's license. He will be fitted with an alcohol tether before he leaves. I am going to give him a $20,000 personal bond. Mr. Thomas, what the court finds particularly troublesome is what Mrs. Coyle alluded to, that you just recently got off probation for a prior OWI. And given the bodily alcohol content and how recent this incident occurred, I don't want you driving at all, and that's why you're going to be fitted with an alcohol tether, so to minimize any chances of you being a danger to the community, and more importantly, to any. Was that your child in the vehicle with you, allegedly? What's the relation?
That was my nephew.
Okay. Well, and putting anybody in harm's way due to your drinking and driving, your alleged drinking and driving. So $20,000 personal bond, alcohol tether, no drinking, no driving whatsoever, Probable cause June 17th, preliminary examination June 23rd, both in front of Judge Taylor. Please step aside, Mr. Thomas.
Thank you.
Okay, Officer McCree, I'm ready on Hickey.
Okay, sir.
All right, Ms. Hickey, state your name.
Kayana Hickey.
All right, Ms. Hickey, you have some traffic matters in which you failed to appear in court for. As a result of your failure to appear, warrants for your arrest were issued. The court's going to set aside these arrest warrants for your personal bond in each of these misdemeanor matters that carries a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You have the right to remain silent, and then you say can and will be against you, and the right to the attorney. Can afford an attorney, one will be appointed on behalf. The ticket is U657333123. Trespassing. The pretrial for a strike that review date, this case has been adjudicated, is June 20th, 9 a.m. for the Judge Millhouse. Is that clear, ma'am?
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna go because I'm supposed to get induced for my labor around that time. I don't
Okay,
know.
ma'am. What I suggest you to do is contact Judge Millhouse's courtroom, call a clerk, and have any supporting medical documentation you need, and let them know that you're gonna have to adjourn this court date for your medical reasons, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're gonna have to take some responsibility on this as well, initiative, I should say. All right, now to your main matter. This is case number 240-462-6401. Peace of Michigan versus Kiana Hickey. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate Steve Vincent for the people.
For the record, Christina Harris on behalf of Kiana Hickey, who stands mute, waives a formal reading of the complaint. And Ms. Hickey understands and has been advised of her statutory and constitutional rights.
All right, the court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Hickey. Bond recommendation, Mr. Vincent?
Unfortunately, Magistrate, we're going to be asking for 10% with the tether. It's an assaultive matter. We have an individual allegedly attempting to try to choke a security guard as that guard was escorting this individual out of the hospital. But we also have a defendant with an assaultive prior past. I have in February of 22, this defendant was convicted of aggravated assault. She got jailed, 2 years probation. She's on probation right now for felonious assault. So we have an individual who's on probation, who has an assaultive past, and now we have an incident, and I understand it's an incident that took place in December of last year, but that lien was entered 3 days after the incident. So respectfully, Magistrate, and it's unfortunate, I can see the defendant's condition right now, but we find her to be a danger, and this is assaultive, and she has an assaultive past. That's why we're asking for the cash with monitorization.
Ms. Harris?
In response, Ms. Hickey is a life resident of this area. She has ties to the community. She has attended some college. She is 34 weeks pregnant with a high risk pregnancy with hypertension. We're asking for a personal bond for her to be out, for her to be able to attend to her pregnancy and subsequent delivery. She just indicated on another matter that she would be induced. And so we're asking for her not to be incarcerated while this matter is pending, and she will return for her court hearings. I see no history of capias at all, Your Honor. And for that reason, we're asking for a personal bond.
Magistrate, I just would like to just say one thing, and Ms. Harris knows that I appreciate her, but I think it's disingenuous to say that there's no capias or a lack of capias history. In the last case that this defendant had at 36D, she failed to appear 8 times. 8 times. That case number is 230-444-8901. 8 times she failed to appear, and that was an assaultive case too. So with that, I just needed the record to be accurately reflected.
All right, thank you, Mr. Vincent. Ms. Hickey, can I have your attention?
Yes, sir.
The only reason I'm giving you a personal bond with no tether is because of your current medical condition. Your pretrial court date for this case also be June 17th in front of Judge Jones. So you got to call two courtrooms, Judge Jones and Judge Millhouse, if you want those dates changed for your court dates. You're going to have to take the initiative on that, since I am giving you a personal bond in this matter. You
Yes, sir.
understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You
Can
know
I-
what to do?
Yes. Can I say something?
Miss Hickey, I don't know what you're going to say. And I'm advising you to not say anything because anything you say can be held against you. So I don't know what you're going to say. So I would like to protect you by
Okay.
not saying anything. Thank you, Miss Hickey.
Okay.
All right. No contact with Joseph Bumstead. Is that clear, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pretrial, June 17th in front of Judge Jones, and again, a review date, June 20th in front of Judge Millhouse. You gotta contact those two courtrooms if you want to adjourn date due to your medical condition. Is that clear, Ms. Hickey?
Yes, sir.
All right, have a good day.
You too.
The bond, Your Honor.
5,000 personal.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, DDC, I'm back. Next. Come on now, DDC. All right, unmute. What's your name, sir?
Efrain Rivera Hernandez III.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, this is case number 250-579-8001. Please say Michigan versus Efrain Hernandez. The third, appearances, please.
Steve Vincent for the people.
Christina Harris on behalf of Efrain Rivera Hernandez III, who stands mute, waives the formal reading of the complaint, and Mr. Hernandez understands his statutory and constitutional rights.
All right, the court will tonight guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Hernandez, Mr. Vincent, Ms. Harris, given the nature of this offense, ties to the community, and lack of criminal history, any objection to a personal bond?
None from me,
No
Magistrate.
objection.
All right, $5,000 personal bond, Mr. Hernandez. While his case is pending, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Is that clear, sir?
Sir.
Probable cause, June 13th in front of Judge Kevin Robbins. Preliminary examination, June 20th in front of Judge Giles. Step aside, Mr. Hernandez.
June 20th.
What's your name, sir?
Deshaun Williams, sir.
All right, good morning, Mr. Williams. This is case number 220-561-2901. Peace of Michigan versus Deshaun Williams. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Steve Vincent for the people.
For the record, Christina Harris on behalf of Deshaun Williams, who stands mute, waives the formal reading of the complaint, and Mr. Williams has been advised of and understands his statutory and constitutional rights.
All right, the court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Williams. My recommendation, Mr. Vincent.
Magistrate, it's a capias. Defendant failed to appear April 13th of 22.
I stand corrected. I stand corrected. I forgot to see that. That is a capias bond, $5,000 cash capias bond set by Judge Giles. We reached out to Judge Giles. The bond will continue. Bond redetermination to be Monday, June 9th. Probable cause, June 12th. And preliminary examination, June 17th in front of Judge Giles. My apologies. I neglected to
None at all. None at all.
To do that. Okay.
Judge, I was locked up.
All right, well, tell that to Chief Judge McConicle on Monday. Step aside, please.
Next guy. Oh, where do I go?
5,000 cash surety. What's your name, sir?
Christian Washington.
All right, Mr. Washington, you have some traffic matters which you failed to appear in court for. As a result of your failure to appear, warrants for your arrest were issued. The court's going to set aside these arrest warrants. Court's going to set aside these arrest warrants, give a personal bond in each of these misdemeanor matters that carries a maximum penalty of up to 90 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be against you. You have the right to an attorney. Can afford an attorney one way appointed behalf. Ticket is P1343372. Christian Washington. A ticket is for no insurance misdemeanor. Pretrial will be June 23rd. 9 a.m. in front of Judge King. Is that clear, sir?
Yes.
Is that clear, Mr. Washington?
Yes.
All right, now to your main matters. Case number 170-451-0801, Houston, Michigan versus Christian Washington. Appearances, please.
Steve Vincent for the people.
For the record, Christina Harris on behalf of Christian Washington, who stands mute, waives the formal reading of the complaint, and Mr. Washington has been advised of and understands his statutory and constitutional rights.
All right, the court will deny guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Washington. Bond recommendation from the people.
No objection to personal here.
No objection to the recommendation.
$2,000 personal bond, Mr. Washington. Pretrial June 17th in front of Judge Bryant. Please step aside.
That guy. Thank you, bro. Oh, sorry.
What's your name, sir? Juwan Winston?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Winston, you have some traffic matters in which you failed to appear in court for. As a result of your failure to appear, warrants for arrest were issued. The court's going to set aside these arrest warrants, give a personal bond in each of these misdemeanor matters that carries a maximum penalty of up to 90 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be against you. The right to an attorney, can afford an attorney, one will be appointed on behalf. The tickets are P1266221. Driver license not valid, no insurance misdemeanor, proper plates. And ticket P1492009. Driver license not required, no insurance misdemeanor. The pretrial for this will be June 23rd, 9 a.m. in front of Judge King. Is that clear, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now to your main matter, calling case number 250-555-7901. Piece of the Michigan versus Juwan Winston. Appearances, please.
Steve Vincent for the people.
Christina Harris on behalf of Juwan Winston, who stands mute, waives the formal reading of the complaint, and Mr. Winston has been advised of and understands his statutory and constitutional rights.
All right, the court will deny guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Winston. Bond recommendation, Mr. Vincent.
Magistrate, based on the date of the incident, as well as the fact that being non-assaultive, we're not going to object to a personal at this time.
No objection to the recommendation made.
$20,000 personal bond, Mr. Winston, while this case is pending, sir. You're not to use any drugs. Is that clear? No possess.
Yes, sir.
Probable cause June 13th, preliminary examination June 18th, both in front of Judge Jefferson. Please step aside, sir.
It's all the males we have.
All right, well, see you on the female side, like in a few minutes, right?
Wait for you.
Brittany, that's female.
Yes, Ms. Harris.
I was checking with LaShawn Nevels. Okay, thank you.
Good morning. What's your name, ma'am? Repeat that, please. Kayla King? All right, this is case number 250-454-2901. Peace of the Michigan versus Kayla King. Appearances, please.
Lisa Coyle appearing on behalf of the people.
Behalf of Kayla King, who stands mute, waives the formal reading of the complaint, and Ms. King has been advised of and understands her constitutional and statutory rights.
All right, the court will enter not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. King. Bond recommendation, Mrs. Coyle.
Your Honor, the only thing I see on Ms. King's record is a 24 disorderly. She is 20 years old. No objection to a 10,000 personal, no contact with the complainant, her brother, Eddie Lee, or the West Outer Drive address. Apparently she
No
had
objection
only
to the
lived
bond
there.
recommendation made.
I'm sorry, is there anything else you want to add, Mrs. Coyle?
No, I was just gonna say she had only lived there 2 weeks at the time. So I'm asking for that. No contact with that address.
All right,
Excuse me for
$10,000 personal
interrupting.
bond. $10,000 personal bond, no contact with Eddie Lee King. Can I go back to that West Outer Drive address? In addition, ma'am, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons while this case is pending. Pre-trial, June 17th, in front of Judge Bryant. Please step aside, please, ma'am.
Next.
What's your name, ma'am? State your full name, ma'am. All right. Are you related to the basketball player Reggie Theus?
No.
All right, this is case number 250-554-1601. Peace of the Michigan versus Heather Theus. Appearances, please.
Lisa Coyle appearing on behalf of the people.
Christina Harris, on behalf of Heather Theus, who stands mute, waives the formal reading of the complaint, and Ms. Theus has been advised of and understands her statutory and constitutional rights.
All right, the court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Theus. Bond recommendation from the people.
The 30,000 cash failure to appear, Your Honor.
Oh, that is right. I'm slow on the draw today. There's a $30,000 cash KPS bond set by Judge Giles. We reached out to Judge Giles. That bond will continue. Bond redetermination will be Monday, June 9th, in front of Chief Judge McConaughey. Probable cause, June 12th, no examination, June 18th, both in front of Judge Giles. My apologies, I'm slipping this morning.
No worries.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, step aside, Ms. Theus.
Next. Ma'am. Oh. I'll see the chair talking about.
All right, what's your name, ma'am?
Levels.
All right, Ms. Nevels, you have some traffic matters in which you failed to appear in court for. As a result of your failure to appear, warrants for arrest were issued. The court's going to set aside these arrest warrants. You approach the bond in each of these misdemeanor matters. It carries a maximum penalty of up to 90 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be against you. You have a right to an attorney. Can afford an attorney one week on behalf. This ticket, first one, ticket 135935871. Minor possession of alcohol. Ticket 207054981. Driver license not valid. Ticket 192625501. No insurance misdemeanor. Ticket 154506091. Driver license suspended. Ticket 135039131. Driver license not valid. Ticket P1032147. Improper plates. No insurance misdemeanor. Driver license never required. And ticket 20060433301. Oh, that's this case. In all these misdemeanor matters, man, you're given a personal bond, no dollar amount. Pretrial, June 12th, June 20th. June 20th in front of Judge Millhouse. Is that clear, ma'am? Is that clear, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, now let's call your main matter. This is case number 200-604-3301. Peace and Michigan versus LaShawn Nevels. Appearances, please.
Lisa Coyle, appearing on behalf of the people.
Christina Harris on behalf of LaShawn Nevels, who stands mute, waives the formal reading of the complaint, and has been advised of her statutory and constitutional rights.
All right, the court will enter not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Nevels. Ms. Nevels has a $5,000 cash surety bond, keeping bond set by Judge Taylor April 14th. We reached out to Judge Taylor that bond will continue. Bond redetermination will be Monday, June 9th. Probable cause, June 17th in front of Judge Taylor. Preliminary examination, June 24th, also in front of Judge Taylor. Ms. Nevels, do you have any questions regarding the bond and or court dates? All right, step aside.
See right there.
All right, good morning. What's your Woo. Good morning. What's your name, ma'am?
Brittany Skinner Harden.
All right, this is case number 240-459-3101. Peace of Michigan versus Brittany Skinner Harden. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate Steve Vincent for the people.
Christina Harris on behalf of Brittany Skinner Harden, who stands mute, waives the formal reading of the complaint, and Ms. Skinner Harden has been advised of her statutory and constitutional rights.
No,
All right, the court will enter not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Skinner Harden. Bond recommendation, Mr. Vincent.
You know, Magistrate, this is a tough one. I'm sure you read all of the allegations in this. I mean, they're pretty scary when you have an individual contacting a foster care, worker and having the defendant here, that individual who is contacting the worker, making threats. Now here's my look at this. The incident took place over 2 years ago. I don't know why it took as long as it did to get entered. She does have a past. I have an unarmed robbery. I have a malicious destruction of police property. But I mean, specifically looking at this incident, I don't have anything since. So for as assaultive verbally as she was, I think things may have subsided. I think the foster care worker ended up taking a PPO against this individual. Maybe cooler minds prevailed. So with all of that, I guess I'm not going to be objecting to the personal. I would be asking for a strict no contact for the protection of the complainant through the pendency of the case. And I guess any other conditions you feel appropriate.
Ms. Harris?
In response, Ms. Skinner Harden has 5 children. She is a life resident of this area. This matter took place, allegations.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Mr. Vincent does not have an objection to a personal bond.
No objection to a personal bond.
All right. $10,000 personal bond while this case is pending. Ma'am, you're not possessing handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. No contact with Latrice Howard. Since no representation in the context since 2023, that should not be an issue. Pre-trial will be June 17th in front of Judge Jones. Ms. Skinner Harden, if you had a question, did you have a question for your attorney?
Ms. Skinner Harden, I recommend that you not say anything. You have a personal bond, and on this matter, you will not be held. You will be released. And your court hearing date is June 17th before Judge Jones in the 36th District Court.
All right, step aside, please, Ms. Skinner. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see everybody at 2:30.
Have a good afternoon or lunchtime.
2:25.
All right.
Compliance. Other than that, no pictures of the yard and.
Yes. How often are you using when you're out? Well, but I am training not that much. Why? Training not that much. Because I was a bit surprised you did what you did last week. No, usually you show up and you show up sober enough to take care of business. Yeah, I had a lot going on between my mom's girlfriend and the house selling. It's all right. Yep. Yeah. On case ending in 575. In that case, that I've adjourned to the 17th at 9. I'm gonna reinstate his previous bond of the 5,000 personal recognizance. All right, and the previous conditions. It means that you're gonna have testing on that, understood? Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor. On his new matter, I'll set his bond at a $5,000 personal recognizance bond. I'll order standard conditions, including no assaultive behavior or possession of any weapons. There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drug. You need to repeat that? Oh, yeah. Sure? Yes. I'm going to order that he test at community corrections. How often are you testing under the old order? How many times are they calling you? Not once.
I don't believe he was
Oh, was it?
at all.
Oh, that's right. So I'm gonna order intermediate supervision with at least 2 times per week drug testing. Got that? Okay. Thank you.
Your Honor, will he need to report immediately to community corrections if he gets out or within 24 hours? Or will they come see him before?
Yes, they get him out, community, and you're out before 4:30. I want you getting over, or 4 o'clock. I want you getting over there to community corrections. Yes, Your Honor. Hear me? Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Court does call the case People versus Paris Lester.
Camera Dadish on behalf of Mr. Lester is approaching.
Paris Alexander Lester.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we were going to be asking for an adjournment for a potential global resolution on his other matters.
Probable cause conference, June 17th, 2025. 9 a.m. bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court does call the case of the people versus Jacqueline Murray.
Andrew Phillips, appearing on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Chairman, that is on behalf of Miss Murray, who can hear anything for the record. Jacqueline Murray.
All right.
Your Honor, we were going to be asking for an adjournment pending for release to treatment, but I believe she's already started her Dawn Farms program in custody. So we'll just be adjourning for plea negotiations after she does some progress there.
After she shows some progress.
Yes, she just started, I believe, right? Yes.
Is this the only, are these the only cases holding her here? Or does she have other?
She has other cases. I also believe she has cases. Well, she resolved, she has one warrant out of 35th that I don't believe has resolved yet. But here,
Okay, how much time do you want? I mean, I can do the 17th or 26th.
the 26th, Your Honor, I think
26th.
she'll have more progress at that point.
Yeah, that's what I was,
Thank you.
I guess, kind of getting at. June 26, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continues.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. You want those?
Yeah.
Court calls the case of the people versus Michael Patterson. Two
Morning,
cases.
Your Honor. Abigail Nyswanger requesting permission to appear and SNAR 8.120 under the supervision of Laura. Get that whole thing.
She did? Right through the Wisconsin house. Permission to practice is granted.
Abigail Nyswanger, court.
Mike Gaddy, Assistant Public Defender for Mr. Patterson, who's here to my right. State your name, Mr. Patterson.
Michael Lee Patterson.
All right.
Your Honor, we're here for a competency hearing. I did have an opportunity to meet with Mr. Patterson yesterday. We did go over the competency recommendation from the Forensic Center. We don't have any additions or corrections to that competency.
All right. And no other additional evidence.
No, Judge.
Is there any evidence from the people?
No, Judge.
You would stipulate to the report.
Yes, Judge.
Based upon a review of that report, court would find that the defendant is competent to stand trial, would specifically find that he can understand the nature and objects of the proceedings against him and can rationally assist the defense. Therefore, the defendant is deemed competent.
Thank you, Judge.
I'll need orders.
I will prepare an order, Judge.
Okay. And what would you like this set for?
I'd ask to set this for a probable cause, these matters for probable cause, Judge.
Are these the only cases holding him here?
Yeah.
I mean, did you want me to set it the 12th or the 17th? That's, I guess, my ultimate question.
I'll leave that to the court's discretion. I do have a request on this. Actually, I think he has an MDOC hold, Judge.
Does he? Okay. No,
But I think that may be cleared up. I have not been able to verify that.
all right. I'll set probable cause conference for June 17th, 2025. All right.
I wanted to say something. Joe.
All right, Esteban.
Yeah.
I mean, Your Honor, Mr. Patterson is here. He has indicated to me that he would like to seek treatment, most notably at perhaps the Havenwick facility in Auburn Hills. If I'd ask the court to consider, if we are able to arrange that, to consider if I'm able to talk to the prosecutor, reviewing a stipulation to release to that treatment if we're able to secure it.
That would be inpatient.
Yes.
Okay. I typically am not going to have an objection to any release to inpatient treatment.
Okay, thank you.
Appropriate, but if you work with the prosecutor. Okay.
So what?
Otherwise, his bonds will continue. at this
Release
point.
it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll be in touch, okay?
All right.
Mhm.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome. Where's Miss Yagi?
I think she went back to her office.
Okay, no, that's fine. I don't know why she's doing things better than everybody else. That hurt your, did that hurt your feelings, Miss Parent?
No.
No. I said she's doing something better than everybody else. And I'm just, oh, whoa. What? That was, wow.
I would
Okay.
like to
Oh,
hear that.
yeah, I know. I didn't want to repeat it.
I can't speak for everyone, but for myself, I understand why she's doing better.
Wow.
I know my limitations.
Court calls the case, people versus Tyler Redmond.
That's one of the people about that.
Good morning. Attorney on behalf of Mr. Redmond. Your Honor, I had a green sheet. It was there and now it's missing. So I'll get that to you.
Probably why I said that about Yagi.
I know.
All right.
I guess I could admit my own faults.
Your name, sir?
Tyler Redmond.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we are requesting an adjournment for ongoing plea negotiations and a referral to drug courts. So we're gonna
Got
get them assessed.
That's correct, that's a felony drug court, Your Honor.
Okay, so are you gonna be doing that referral? I mean, I'm just thinking in timing of the adjournment.
Ms. Lonnie may know better than I. Do you know how long those assessments are taking?
Right now I don't, but I would say if we could do 2, and if it's not done, we could do it in order.
Yeah, that works for me.
All right. Then why don't I just try the 17th to start with, and let's see if we can get it moving. Probable cause conference, June 7th. Bless you. June 17th, 2025. 9 a.m. Bond will continue.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
It just appeared.
Wow.
I know.
No,
What
it
am I
didn't
telling-
appear. I saw her doing it. We start looking under everything. Don't worry about it. It's all done now.
I know.
Mr. Douche covered you. Court calls the case, People versus Lakita Roberts.
If you're Richard McDuffie for the people.
Morning, Your Honor. Mike Gaddy, Assistant Public Defender with Ms. Roberts, who's here to my right.
Yeah, Lakita Roberts.
All right.
Your Honor, in speaking with Ms. Roberts and then in speaking with Ms. McDuffie, while I would like to also discuss a global resolution, it appears that there's a bench warrant that's outstanding out of the circuit court that didn't appear in X jail that Ms. McDuffie had found. It looks like it's a 2020 FTA matter.
That was already over at circuit.
Yeah, it's just an outstanding warrant. I'd ask the court to adjourn this briefly so I could track that down and get everything all squared away.
Okay, June 17th, 2025.
Thank you, Judge.
9 a.m. Bond will.
I'll be in touch, okay?
Thank you, Mr. Roberts.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Case of People versus Aaron Washington.
APA Richard McDuffie for the people.
Pardon? Yeah. Oh, okay. What's your name, sir?
Mr. Washington.
We're ready in this matter, Your Honor. Lauren Brown, Deputy Chief Public Defender, appearing within on behalf of Mr. Washington. Today's the date and time set for the probable cause conference. We are respectfully requesting this matter be set for preliminary examination. We do believe all of the discovery is present.
I was just telling Mr. Brown, I didn't get a chance to tell him that I checked in advance with the OIC regarding availability. And he stated that he could be available either next week, June 10th, or July 8th. He will be out the intervening 3 Tuesdays.
Two. Yeah, I can set it. Everybody's gonna be ready.